heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do continue, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, we had Izuku and Bakugo, or Izuku and Katsuki. These two were in the cowboy world with monsters. Izuku killed a monster, but got really fucked up in the process. And he could barely drag himself to the nearest town. However, people found him before he got there. Deku, he was dragging himself on one arm and one leg. And the last thing he remembers seeing was a man in a red suit, who didn't make prints in the snow. And there actually was Katsuki, who she was thinking about how maybe she should start heading east, and keep heading that way. I mean, it's bound to do something eventually. She knows that she has seen some of Deku's wanted posters. And, well, he certainly does look different here. I mean, the black hair, that's a surprise. And from what she has seen more recently, some of the new updated posters, he's growing facial hair. Now, Bakugo, she was debating it. She's learned a lot from these people here. They've taught her much about the land and the forest, and how to survive with the creatures here. And she didn't really think too much about it. She'll wait out the winter and keep heading east. And there actually was Bakugo and Izumi. They're trying to catch a strange entity. It poses like a fox, but is a trickster. And it does have reality-bending powers. Along with that, it's a shapeshifter. And right now, since the two have been having very many difficulties with this, they have called for backup. However, that wasn't really the thing that they were focusing on at the moment. Since Izumi, yeah. Whenever somebody tried to hit on Bakugo at the bar, Izumi, she broke their arm, or she dislocated their arm and punched them in the face. Since not only did they try to hit on Bakugo, they also ate her food and basically told her to fuck off, and that they would not replace it. Now, the two decided to leave the bar and keep the party going. And we'll actually open with Izuku. Izuku, he wakes up, and right now he's laying in a bed. He can't really move too well. And, well, he actually is just sitting there. He can hear a fire crackling. And right now, he's a bit concerned. And there actually is where Deku, he does actually don't call out if anybody is there. And there actually is where a man, he does come walking up, asking Izuku if he's alright. Where am I? Take it easy there, mister. Listen, you got quite lucky. The thing that attacked you, it could have killed you. But you killed it. Besides, you're pretty banged up. You're still dealing with the infection. Along with that, well, the cold didn't do you much better either. Your injury's quite severe, I gotta say. The fact that you're still alive is a miracle. Not really. I've been through worse. Mister, your leg is broken, and so is your back. Along with that, you almost lost a hand. And well, the fact is, a good portion of your shoulder, it got tore out. Yeah, I'll be fine. Mister, you don't really seem to understand how bad this is. I do, trust me. I've been lit on fire before. Oh, that explains those scars then. Yeah. Besides, I don't go down easy. I didn't think you would, mister. Now, just lay down and relax. Whenever we can, we'll get you back on your feet and give you a place to stay. You can't stay out there in the woods. I've been out there for a while. I'm fine, trust me. Um, alright, sir, but, I gotta ask your name. My name, my name is John. Mister, it ain't John. Your name's Izuku, ain't it? Yeah. Listen, we don't care about outlaws. Be honest with us. That's all we ask. Now, why were you out there? And, what's happened to you? Trying to head east. That's all. Trying to find my wife. Once I do, things should be easy. I haven't seen her in 5 years, but I heard a rumor she was heading that way. Really now? Yeah. So, that's it. Now, Deku, he does try to attempt to sit up. However, the man does tell Deku to lay back down. I'm fine. Just get me on my feet. No can do. Listen, you've been laying there for a while, and that's helping you. Fact is, you shouldn't have been able to crawl, but you did. You got lucky. So, lay there, and whenever you're back, it heals. You'll be fine. It might be uncomfortable the way you are right now, but that's for the best. Keep your back straight. You should be okay. Sure. But after that, we can get you a horse and send you on your way. However, if that's what you need, then we might have to charge you for the horse. I understand. I'm more than willing to pay since you helped me. Thank you. Now, the doctor does take care of Deku. And Deku, over the next oncoming days, he does still lay in bed. He feels himself getting better. And he does actually feel this fever come and go, along with the infection taking its toll and being able to leave very quickly. And the doctor, he's a bit perplexed by this. Izuku, he's healing a little fast. And there actually is the day where Deku, he is able to get onto his feet. And the doctor, he's perplexed by it. Deku talked about how he's not easy to kill. But, this is on a different level than he thought. Now, whenever Deku was able to get onto his feet, he started his own physical therapy. And right now, he does still stay there and help the doctor out. Even trying to fill in a few pieces of information the doctor may not know, and basically giving them a bit of modern medicine. And the doctor, while he does know a few of these things already, he is surprised by what he didn't know, since it will actually help him understand things in the future, or at least understand things a little bit more. Now, there actually is where Deku, he is actually outside, and somebody, they actually come walking up to him. As Deku, he is using two, essentially, crutches that were made for him out of wood to move around. And the person is asking Izuku if he happens to be an outlaw that they've heard of. I'm the outlaw? Right. Listen. It's still gonna be a bad winter, but, snow's let up for the day. And we're supposed to get a pretty bad storm tomorrow. That's what the weather's saying. Really? So what do you need? We need to trade. There's another village not too far away. Just a bit to the north and around the mountains. It's a small journey. Takes a few hours. But we need you to protect the carriage and the supplies. from people who stay out here. Alright? Do you have my guns? No, well, the doctor, he has your stuff, right? Most of it. What you guys couldn't find at my campsite? Right, right. Let me go grab your weapons for you. Just, the carriage is over there. Do you need them to bring it over? I'll be fine. Walking's good for me. Now, Deku is going to turn, as he is going to make his way over to the carriage to get inside. And he is actually going to hop up onto the front of it. As for the man has come walking back over with Deku's things, he actually is going to hold up something very large. Talking about how the doctor said to give him this. The boy holding up the large wolf pelt, asking Izuku if this means something. That's the son of a bitch who did this to me. Deku grabbing at it and pulling it up. Him going to bring it up and over his current clothing, as he is actually going to somewhat pull it together and hide his weapons. However, he does still hold onto the gun, pointing the barrel of it downwards out of the carriage bottom, or downwards towards the bottom of the carriage. And the kid has watched that. From the way Deku he's leaning, you can see his crutches, at least one of them. So he should be easy to be able to reach for the gun. This guy knows a lot. Let's get going. Right. The kid going to somewhat head out. And the two, they do start to somewhat go on their journey. And we actually will cut over to Bakugo, who, she has been helping out a bit more around the village. Things are a bit chaotic at the moment. Villagers here, they're a bit worried about tonight. Tonight, something's coming into town. And, well, it's definitely an entity that Bakugo, she doesn't want to make direct eye contact with. She's heard stories about it. And from what she's heard from the locals, those who have seen this thing, they either are killed by it or are driven completely mad and run into the forest to die. I mean, it sounds just so unholy. Now, things actually are a bit better. Whenever by the time the carriage is rolling to town, the sun is actually somewhat starting to go down. And there are people who are getting a bit more things up and ready, barricading their windows and trying to make sure things are secure. And there is whenever Deku and the man go rolling into town. They encountered minimal difficulties getting here. And there actually is where a few men do come running up and going to the back of the carriage, immediately to try and unload the contents of the back of it, along with a young man who jumped off of the front of it. Now, there actually is Bakugo. She just come running up, her grabbing a few things from the back of it and going to help unload it. And there actually is Deku, who, whenever he does go to try and climb down, Bakugo, she does not going to turn and look at him. She barely sees his face covered by the wolf pelt, and she just sees his very outgrown beard. Her looking at him, as Deku is going to look up towards her. And the two, they make direct eye contact. However, they do go to immediately apologize to each other, since they bumped into each other by accident. Now, Bakugo, she actually does not walk over and put the crate down, walking back over as she actually watches Izuku. The guy, he's injured. And, well, his weapons, they're pretty simple. But, hello? Now, Deku, he immediately does go to freeze. Before he does go to turn back around, bring his hand up and pulling off the cloak and the wolf pelt off of his head. And Bako, she immediately just gonna look directly at him. She's stunned. And Deku, he just stares. It's her. The two, they stare at each other. It's it's almost been 6 years, and it's her. It's it's amazing. Now, Deku, he made this goes on shambling forwards. Him dropping his crutches as he's gonna somewhat move on his correct leg. Or his healed leg. The other one that actually is broken and was somewhat just recently taken out of a splint, it is still hard to put pressure down to walk on. However, Deku, he just tries to somewhat hobble, trying to just keep upright and moving forwards. And Bako, she immediately runs forwards for Deku. And the two, they meet a little somewhere around halfway. The two immediately jumping at each other into a hug, as Bako, yeah. She does have to somewhat try and keep Deku standing. However, the two do somewhat slump towards the ground. And they just hold on to each other. I can't believe it. It's you. I found you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. I'm here. I can't believe it. I found you. Now, a few people are staring at this. The two strangers from their towns. They know each other. Now, they're actually so the two, they do so go to look up at each other and kiss. It's been forever. The loneliness, the feeling of isolation, not being able to talk to somebody, not being able to keep attachments, and well, the idea of being stuck here the entire time without them. It feels washed away in that moment. The idea that the other one could be lying dead somewhere in the forest, or ripped apart by monsters at any given moment. The instant they're there together, there's a sense of security, a sense of relief. And there actually is Bakugo, who she has asked exactly what the fuck happened to him. It's a long story, but this big blanketed bastard here tried to eat me. Oh my god. When was that? A few weeks ago. But what happened to you? I mean, Jesus Christ, your eye. Deku bringing his hand up onto her cheek. And she actually has someone go to somewhat feel that. Deku's hands, they're very warm. And Bucko, she's just gonna tell him. She didn't listen to the warning. Damn it. Do you know how long we're gonna be here? 30 years. Yeah. Yeah. So we got more than 20 left. Yeah, I know. Listen, tonight something's coming to town. We have to hide. Hmm? Hide? Hide from what? We have to hide from the angel. Now, Bucko, she was going to say those words. And Deku, he's heard about it. There have been about 2 instances of the angel passing through their town. And he doesn't necessarily like it. People board up the windows and quite literally barricade their doors. And even after doing that, they keep the blinds closed and point guns directly at the doors. These things, they break many of the rules they do have that the forest has set for them. And well, they wander and do their own thing. Wherever these things are, they aren't the typical angel. At least they aren't from above or from below. Wherever these things are from, it might be worse than you could imagine. No one really knows what they are. They're just there. And well, they're very violent. Now, There actually so the two they do so and try and get ready. And the night it would go as followed. The angel would come into town, and people they stay quiet and alert. And out of sight. Lights off, everything. The only light that you could have in a house is one singular candle. Since what may be not enough light, it's dim enough not to catch the attention of that creature. Since it is very perceptive. It has to be with as many eyes as it does have. Now, the thing would roll into town and try to get into many houses. And whenever it does come pounding onto the door and making some ungodly screeching sounds, trying to just talk to the people on the other side to get inside, there is whenever the thing just gonna leave. And there actually was the way its voice was. Deku, he's heard it before. It sounds almost like the way scratching would be. It sounds like a voice with scratching. And then the feeling of tinnitus, the ringing you have in your ears afterwards. It just felt like that. That's what a voice felt like, not only in his head, but on his ears. And, well, it sounded like there were just too many voices to count. Now, we actually cut over to Izumi and Katsuki, who, whenever they did go to leave the bar after Izumi broke the lady's arm, since she pissed her off, the two could try to continue the party. And Bakugo and Izumi, yeah, they headed to another bar in town. There are about 3 or 4 in town, and right now, this one is a little less busy. And a few people, they actually are starting to pick up on a few strange things. Recently, their town's gotten a lot of visitors, and recently, they noticed a small spike or increase in strange pranks. Not only that, but some people are being arrested for things they're claiming not to have done. And a lot more people, they're actually buying into that strange creature thing. I mean, they thought that that one guy was just losing his fucking mind. And then the town drunk? Yeah, no one takes that guy seriously. But now, well, they're a bit confused as to what to think. Because they could have swore they saw something strange going on with a deer earlier. I mean, there was just no way, right? It couldn't have just did what it did. Now, Bakugo and Izumi, they actually are sitting there at the table. And the two, they are discussing a few things. As the bartender does gonna walk over and set down their latest drinks. Alright, that's about it. This is the last call for you guys, right? Oh, yeah, it is. Alright, perfect. Hope you guys enjoy your evening. And, well, you can take these to go. I mean, the sheriff doesn't do much around here anyways. Plus, he'll give you a warning, but he won't tell you to dump it. Really? Oh yeah, to be fair, he's a bit of a tough guy, but he's a big softy. Huh. Small town sheriff? Oh yeah. I went to high school with his son. He's good. Alright. Take your word for that. Go ahead. Now, the two do go to stand up. There. The two do go to stand up and walk out of the bar. And they actually are somewhat talking. And Bakugo, he does comment on something earlier. He can't believe that she actually punched that chick in the face. Come on. Whenever you say it like that, you make me sound like the bad guy. I'm just saying. I couldn't believe it. Besides, the lady was fucking aggressive as shit. I noticed. Because the moment I told her to back off, she wanted to try and fight me. Oh yeah. She was crazy. Bakugo, I thought that was supposed to be a good thing. Don't guys like crazy girls? Okay, see, You got that wrong. There's a certain level of crazy that's cool, that's nice. There's fun crazy. That that's good. But she was a 10 on the crazy scale. You're right about that. Yeah, I know. Besides, you want a girl who she's willing to do crazy shit with you. Skydive, go hunting. I mean, just anything that sounds like it'll be dangerous, but you know it wouldn't kill you. Oh, I get it a bit. Yeah, you basically just want someone who's as crazy as you are. I see. Now, Izumi, she actually someone could have looked down towards Bakugo's hand, reaching out and grabbing it. And Bakugo, he does get look directly down. Seeing that, as he actually could have someone to tighten his grip a bit, going to look back up. So, not your type then? I mean, every girl's got some ounce of crazy in them. Just gotta find the girl with the right amount for me. I get it. But, how crazy would you say I am? That's a bit of a question, ain't it? I'm curious. Um, shit. That's a tough one, I guess. Really? Yeah, calling you crazy, calling me crazy. Hell, I know I'm fucking messed up, but, you're not. Of course I am. No, Izumi, you're not. You're. You know what you want. You're that right amount. You can get scared, but you can work through your fear. That's what makes you better. You sure it doesn't just make me crazy? Well, blind confidence is a part of it, and so is a bit of arrogance. However, awareness is also key. Really? Yeah. Besides, I think I'm becoming a bit more aware of the situation myself. Are you? Yeah, Izumi. Now, Bakugo, he doesn't stop. And Izumi just doesn't walk forward still. Her still holding on to Bakugo's hand. As Bakugo's hand is going to move up, there actually is where Izumi, she actually is going to reach the end of Bakugo's arm. And right now, she actually does get a hold on Bakugo's hand before turning back around, beginning to pull him forwards. Come on. Where are we going? You said we were going to party. Okay. Yeah. How about we stop for a minute? Alright. Well then, Izumi walking forwards and getting directly up into Bakugo's face. Ask him what he's thinking. What are you thinking? I'm thinking I know what's on your mind. Really? Besides, you're forgetting one little thing. And what's that? The entire situation we're in. If you say we're both crazy, then the one we're in right now, it is quite simply making us look the picture perfect definition of sanity. Alright. So are you done psychoanalyzing? Maybe. But I do want to at least look at something else first. The way you react to this. Her moving forwards. And kissing Bakugo. Bakugo, he doesn't want to just freeze. And drop his beer. That... She's... Now, Bakugo, he doesn't move. and their actions were Izumi just going to pull backwards, asking exactly if he found that to be surprising. And Bako, he does stare at her, not saying a single word. And Izumi, she thinks that she may have just messed up. However, Bako, he does a step forwards, bringing his hand up and pulling Izumi close, before kissing her back. And the two, they do stay like that for a minute. It's a nice moment. The night is quiet, and, well, the wind, the atmosphere here, they're alone. But it feels different. Now, the two, they're still there like that. Before someone is going to break the silence. The two start jumping away from each other, as Dr. Brett does stand there with Dr. Gears. And he actually asks someone to bring up his hands, asking them if they're ready for the operation. When did you two get here? Oh, we've been here the whole time. Yeah. Dr. Bright insisted we not interrupt your little moment. Quite romantic, isn't it? Just go away. You're ruining it. Listen, Agent. The moment was already ruined the second we got here. We just allowed you to enjoy it. Now, here's Dr. Bright. He's what we were sent. Right. So, why is he here? You're dealing with a prankster who bends reality. So, guess what the Foundation wants you to have? They want us to have... What is this? An ace? No, more like a joker. I see. So what? We turn on a reality anchor and use Dr. Bright? So far, that's the plan. In the O5 Council, they feel like it might be successful. I see. So, Dr. Bright, I know your reputation at the Foundation is spotty, at best, but do you really think that you can solve this? Oh yeah, trust me. I've already got a lot planned out and a lot thought of. You two, you're gonna love this. I mean, if I'm correct and the Foundation are giving me some unlimited resources, then I'll have access to some stuff I didn't have during the Great Office Prank War. The what? Oh, you two are in for a story. Okay. Let's go somewhere to find some place to eat, and I'll tell you guys about it. I mean, it's amazing. It's a good story. Um, a lot of shit went sideways, for sure, but still, it's an awesome tale, and you two would love to hear it. Now, Dr. Bright does have his hands up, and there actually is where he does go to look over towards Dr. Gears and Izumi and Bakugo. And Dr. Gears, he actually is writing something out, handing it over to them, talking about how this should suffice. And they do go to look down at it. Dr. Bright, staying there, asks them if they're just going to ignore him. To which Dr. Gears does going to somewhat bring a thumbs up, before going to extend a certain finger. Now, Dr. Bright does stand there, as Izumi and Bakugo do go to somewhat walk away. And Dr. Gears does walk over back towards Dr. Bright, informing him about what they need to start planning. Since the operation, it will be over tomorrow if they can get this right. But I wanted to tell my story. Dr. Bright, that is not why you are here. Now, need I remind you exactly what happened before the Foundation decided to let you out? Come on. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Dr. Bright, you pissed off a Keter, and you almost caused a site-wide containment breach. The fact that you are being allowed off of a Foundation site, Dr. Bright, quite frankly, is a miracle to me. So, if you are able to get this operation right, maybe you will be able to be taken off of probation, And you will actually be seen better by your peers. Come on, Dr. Gears. Besides, isn't my entire behavior why the Foundation requested that I'm here? Dr. Bright, well, that is true. This still does not make up for parts, or at least your instances in the past. I suggest you shape up and become a proper Foundation researcher. Your behavior is no excuse. I believe that my behavior is quite well warranted. Well, anyways, I need to find a place to find some food. I am starving. Dr. Bright going to walk away. And there actually is Dr. Gears, who he does get to follow Dr. Bright, since right now he cannot be left to roam around in the city alone. Now, there actually is Izumi and Bakugo. The two do head back to where they're staying, and they actually are very surprised by it. They're, well, they're not too sure how to talk about the kiss. I mean, it felt strange. It felt passionate. And it didn't feel like they were lonely when it happened. I mean, the whole world almost faded away for a minute there. And it felt almost magical. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.